Well, we've set a standard raised to the body. Newton did that. He, funnily enough, set that at 12 degrees. Strange. But both Newton and Celsius also used an equal combination of ice and water to set a lower limit. And of course, Celsius made that his 100. We've reversed that, and in the centigrade scale, using Celsius's 100 divisions between boiling point and freezing point, have made that ice and water combination 0. It would be a good idea to calibrate a lower point with that value. So what I've done is kept some ice in the freezer. I've got a store here, and I've got cold water in the fridge, and I've kept our thermometers in the fridge too. Everything's kept cold. We're going to combine together equal volumes of water and ice. We'll do it right away. So I'm just going to get about a litre, maybe just under a litre. And we'll do, here we are, all pretty cold. Get our thermometers out of the fridge, and we've got our cool little here, make sure they're well covered. Oh, they're not very covered. I'm going to double that because I want those to be covered. So I'm going to get some more cold water. I'm going to have to leave it for a bit of time. I'm going to have to leave it until these actually decrease and stay stable. We want them to reach equilibrium where the heat going in, leaving the container or entering it the same. And we'll leave that and come back to it and see what it's reading. We've got our 0, equal parts ice and water. That wasn't done till about 1742, but in 1724, Fahrenheit set the base of his scale using equal parts of water, ice and salt. Let's reenact history there. We've kept the salt in the freezer and the water in the fridge to keep everything chilled. I've already weighed out that salt. I'm putting in the water, cold water, and I'm going to add the ice. Now, I haven't got enough ice to do both of these. I'm doing about 600 each, so I'm going to just take this, tear it, and get 600 out of here. Going from the 0 to the ice and water and salt. So it's 1 part ice, 1 part salt, 1 part water. Give it a bit of a stir up, get it all mixed up really well. Crazy mix. What was Fahrenheit thinking when he used this as a reference point? And again, make sure they're buried. It's going to be a bit harder. The salty water means they might float up a bit. Just going to bury them a little bit in the water and have them where we can sort of see what's happening. We might need a little bit of the tube in too, because the heat and warmth of the tube is going to cause some expansion we don't want to see. Right, let's let that sit there for a while and see what we end up. Again, we've got to wait till that temperature stops changing and there's an equilibrium such that the temperature in the thermometer is the same as outside the thermometer, the amount of energy.